Hello everyone, Fox here. Welcome back to some more Honkai Impact. Um, so last time we went ahead and finished chapter 19, which not only was that chapter full of a lot of surprises, like a second new Hersher appearing, but the ending was even more surprising, because I think everyone is dying. So basically in chapter 19 we had the cores. We saw Owl become a Hersher. I'm just gotta turn down the volume a little bit. We saw Owl become a Hersher of Stars, who seemed to have manipulation over gravity. And then we had the Hersher of Ice absorb the Hersher of Stars core, which we have seen before. And so then we had a pretty intense Hersher event. Luckily, the Hersher of Thunder, May, was able to neutralize the Hersher's core and capture it. So we now have 2 living Hersher cores. Still not sure what we're gonna do with that. But at the end of that chapter, we lost communication with Kevin because apparently everyone's under attack. Just everyone. Like, it started with Skishel and Dunderal fighting off some mysterious assailant. And then it was Kevin from World Serpent fighting off of the same mysterious assailant. And then it was Brionia, being the Hersher of Creation, fighting off the mysterious assailant as well. All of them failing, basically. And then we basically saw what I'm pretty sure was Fu Hao, corrupted Fu Hao, who is now a Hersher as well. Which means in like the past 2 days, well, we don't know how long this future event was, but I'm pretty sure it's pretty close. But that means like in 2 days, we've had 3 Hershers appear. And I think Otto is behind it after opening up a path to the imaginary tree. I think he's the one that started all this. So let's go find out what happens next as soon as I hit the right buttons. Okay. In this seemingly unending darkness, the once dead Imperia slowly regained her consciousness. Hey, wake up. You've been asleep for too long. Who am I? I'm not going to do this again. Unlike last time, your brain has escaped largely unscathed. Go through your memories and figure out who you are. We have plenty of work to do. Who are you? Know that I am your ID. I am the primal and truest form of you. I am the superego. Don't worry. This isn't a case of schizophrenia. We're a part of you. Ego will appear once you recall your identity. Figure it out. We're only complete with all 3 of us. Okay. Try and remember. You are. Memories poured into your mind as though they've been waiting for your command. You saw a lonely girl standing in the cold, an armored warrior, a remorseless assassin, a forgotten Imperial. You are every one of them. Every one of them was you. They're still a part of you. We don't have much time. Sensors have picked up your brain signals. He'll be here soon. He? Auto Apocalypse. Fish through your memories. He's further back in there somewhere. He's the overseer of Skishel. Your old friend. And the only person that knows you're still alive. He's also a liar and a murderer. We'll talk about this later. Take a look and see where you are right now. You open your eyes. You found yourself immersed in a clammy fluid with a life support pod as bubbles fluttered to the surface. This pod kept you alive. He actually treated your wounds, including that one. Perhaps he's trying to make up for something. More like trying to imprison you. What are your plans? Try to leave, I guess. This life support pod can only be opened by someone at that terminal. I don't think anything can stop your fists. What's next? You decide. Smash the pod, sure. You clench your hands into hard, reliable fists and felt a surge of power. Your body has recovered well. Remember the last time you felt this way? 500 years? Perhaps it's been far too long. This is what you should be. Do it! You felt light and relaxed as the containment fluid gushed out of the smashed opening. You gently stepped out of the pod and felt the floor with your feet. My old friend! Oh, my old friend, you're finally awake. A familiar voice. You turned towards the door and saw a blonde, smiling man. He's Auto Apocalypse. I can go for ages about your old relationship with him. He calls himself a friend of yours, but he's a liar. Not even a hello? Fine. You just woke up and need additional observation and treatment. Exam results indicate full physical recovery, but you failed to wake. I thought something bad had happened. You won't blame me, right? Old friend? Are you alright? Do you recognize me? Tell him you can recognize him anywhere. You should try to find out what he's up to. We can't just attack an unarmed person. What? Unarmed? This man can create weapons out of thin air. Ask him why you're here. Because you don't want to die. Auto Apocalypse gave a self-deprecating smile. We've known each other for a while, old friend. A head injury won't kill you. But I don't want you to wait 20 years. I did shoot you, even though you owed me nothing. And that's why I brought you here and treated your wounds. Listen how he covers his evil deeds with pretty words. He's a wretched viper, but... But what? He killed you, created the Honkai eruption, hurt the St. Freya girls. He's not even sorry. Alright, friend. Let's not talk here. Are you going to trust this man again? He'll betray you again without a thought. Think about what he did to you. You calmly recall the moment when he pointed the golden gun at your head. Boiling rage filled your chest. I did not lie, Master Jae-Win. The shot ended your life, though you felt nothing in the past. The memory now inflicted searing pain in your heart. Exactly! This is the pain he caused, and it's time to feed him his own medicine. He's the most dangerous man on Earth. You must stop his evil schemes. Don't you think it's your best chance? More people will die and more tragedies will follow you if you don't stop him here. He destroyed your friend Kiana. He turned her into a monster. If it wasn't for him, squad leader Himiko wouldn't have to give up her own life. He killed her. Even if he took from you, he thought you forgot about her. Except you didn't. The name appeared in your mind but faded away before you could make out a single letter. Nothing was left except for a faint traces of her passing. There was sorrow. Your memories returned. Nothing can stop you. You can make yourself whole again. But there is something you must do first. Kill him. You walked towards the auto-apocalypse. Hold on, old friend. Your hand moved fast, jamming his words back into his mouth and twisting his smile into a confused grimace. Otto tried to say something, but your iron grip only allowed senseless whimpers to leave his face. How pathetic. He deserves it. You took a careful, studied aim at his comely face. Damn right! Your fist rained down again and again and again. And that's all the intel I could gather. It's unbelievable. HQ is in a mess. The air terminal in ruins. Grandpa, Otto, MIA. The worst disaster Skishel's ever faced. The overseer Otto is missing and unaccounted for. Yes, and the Underworld took over and deployed 3 S-rankers. They didn't even do that in the Battle of Skishel. Something terrible must have happened 10 days ago. Brionia suspects some form of conspiracy. Yeah, he's not that easy to kill. And Otto acting from the shadows is far more terrifying than the Overseer. Is the World Serpent behind this attack? It's hard to say, but we received a piece of intel that we have yet to verify. The World Serpent was ambushed at almost the same time. The enemy even fought their sire before escaping. The situation looks bad. Do be careful out there. Is Kiana gonna be alright? Is she napping? The Kiana is probably meditating with the lessons that the class monitor Fu Hao taught her. The Idiaka has changed. Brionia has yet to determine the exact nature of said transformation. The principal shall be rest assured. Brionia will take care of the Idiaka. Okay. Professors and I will give you our full support. Do update Kiana with the news that I've just told you. And give her my best wishes. I heard Aunt Terry talking on the comm channel. Duh. The principal sent us the latest intel about Skishel and the World Serpent, but no news about May. I see. Don't tell me anything. You shouldn't care about what happens to Skishel or the World Serpent. Kiana. I'm too tired to think about stuff. I just want to know what I can do. How far are we from Mount Texwing, Brionia? Based on our current cruising velocity, we will arrive tomorrow morning. Are you certain we can find class monitor's belongings from the mountain? Yes, We can. Fuya told me that she lived there for a while. We'll find her school and treasures in those mountains. The Edutac Swain must be there. Let us control our Hershare powers. Interesting. Alright, let us begin the first combat lesson, I guess. We've arrived. Is this where Class Monitor lived a while ago? A long time ago, actually. People at Shisao called her Jingwen, Phoenix, Celestial, or Imperia back then. Fuao showed me those places in her dreams, but they were very old. They don't look the same anymore. Fuao probably trained in a tall place in this mountain. Well then. Is the Kiana going to find the quest items at this location? Locating a manual on special combat techniques and fighting stances sounds like an RPG quest. The Class Monitor left this place many years ago. Any of her treasure is very likely to have been looted. Maybe you're right, but not everyone can find Fu Hao's treasure. Kiana's eyes sparkled with excitement. Da, the treasure is Feng Huan down! There are Honkai beasts here as well. Yeah, I didn't know that the Honkai levels can be this high in Doc Swain. Perhaps the Edutac Swain needs high levels of Honkai. I'm not sure. It's definitely not what she taught me. No. Alright. Oh, nope, there's more. There's always more. Alright, this should be taken care of now. Alright. This mountain is more dangerous than we expected. It's just Honkai beasts. I can take down any number of them. Despite her brave words, Kiana looked around vigilantly. Something seized her attention. Got it. I sense something weak, but we're pretty close to the vibe I got from Fu Hao's feather. The Feng Hu down? Is the Kiana certain? Yeah, I'm totally sure about this. Follow me. Interesting. Got it! There was nothing at first, but a feather appeared when we got closer. Does the Kiana know what this means? Know the means to use this item? Yeah. I'll give it a shot. Kiana closed her eyes, recited the mantra that Fu Hao taught her, and allowed the feather to enter her mind. Uh-oh. What are the results? No, I can't. I couldn't get it to work. It's probably sealed or something. The feather repelled me upon touching my mind. Maybe only Fu Hao can unlock this thing? The Kiana. Think you should think about it later. The sudden power surge attracted a number of Honkai beasts. We should eliminate them first. And waiting for him to die. Oh right, overheating. There we are, now this should finish him off. Hello? Are you two alright? Yeah. Kiana was at a loss of words. The mysterious girl's fighting stance surprised her. Though her swings and slashes looked simple, they were an exact copy of Fu Hao's fighting style. Who are you? Lin Zaiwao. At your service. You may regard me as the guardian of Mount Toxwain. The essence is strong in this place and extracts many beasts. So the Immortal erected a field to keep people out. Is there a reason why you two came to this place? We know this Immortal. Oh? The Immortal you referred to is Phoenix or Jay Wing, right? I know her. We know her. In fact, we're her friends. Lin Zhaohui was shocked by Kiana's response. Friends? She mulled over the word before giving a faint smile. Follow me then. You swing your sword like Fu Hao. I mean, Master Phoenix. Yes, I used her blade form opening stance named Ocean Breaker. Are you not friends with the Immortal Phoenix? She is the master of the Toxwain School. Yeah, Fu Hao did mention that before, but I thought that was hundreds of years ago. The School of Toxwain has a fabled history and is still pretty much alive. However, martial arts has become less popular and we choose not to... The disciplines of Toxwain also prefer purging monsters instead of glorious pursuits. You'll not be hearing much of that. Is Master Lin a disciple of the Toxwain School? Indeed. The ties between me and the school goes back far. Quite a few years. Can you teach me? Teach you? Yeah, the Immortal tried teaching me the edge of Toxwain, but she quickly left. The lessons were quite messy too. I came to Mount Toxwain to learn the complete version and control the power within me. Lin Zewal thought for a while. Perhaps if you trust me enough to share your stories with me? Interesting. I did not expect Master Phoenix to have such a past. And I did not expect you to be a Hersher. I am afraid my lessons won't do much. Master should have told you the 5 essences: mantra, form, sanction, ascension, and eminence. You learned eminence because you're perfect for it. Sanction and ascension will do little. But I can teach you the form. Perhaps the tenets of Takswain might work, but it only improves your fighting skill and won't cure your condition. What you need is the blade mantra. Have you learned the blade mantra before? Lin Zhao finally gave a sigh after a moment of silence. I did, but we all gave an oath that we'll never teach the mantra to anyone else. Apologies, I cannot violate my oath. Is there an alternate solution? Maybe there is, for you two. I noticed that you have a feather during that fight. Is it yours? No, we found it on Mount Takswain. We used to own feathers, but lost them. Lin Zhao extended her hand. Kiana hesitated for a while, but finally decided to hand over the feather. Can you enter its realm? Kiana and Bronya looked at each other before shaking their heads. I was expelled once I made contact with the feather's mind. I see. This feather seems largely intact. Master placed a spell on it. Perhaps only the mantra can unlock this. Can I really do this? Lin Zhao murmured as she closed her eyes. Kiana was surprised to see the feather give off a brilliant glow. Come. Lin Zhao pushed the feather into Kiana's embrace. The glow became a blinding flash. Lin's voice grew faint as Kiana found herself engulfed by the light. The girl opened her eyes while it was still dark. She always woke around this time. The blanket kept her warm. She lay silently in bed. She stared at the ceiling as though she was expecting something to materialize in the darkness. But nothing happened. She gave up fantasizing. The girl changed into her new uniform. She only wore it once during fitting, and had not tried it on again. Maybe I should be wearing this on my first day of school. Whatever. I'll get used to it eventually. Time for daily training. Let's start with a 100-meter run. Morning. New clothes? What happened to your dojo outfit? Fu Hao, you're still here. Aren't you going to Sapphire or something? How? Do you want the dumplings and soy milk? Hey, Al! Al! Why are you still jogging? Isn't it your first day at school? People won't like it if you're absent from the first day. Yes. Worry about your old man? No worries. Your dad watched out for us many years. You can count on us. Anyway, a rich dude came over to buy your family dojo and build a restaurant. It's big money. What? I didn't know about this. Your dad didn't mention it? Maybe it didn't work out. No one does Kung Fu anyway. You should get a degree. Do you really want that dojo? Are you sure you want to be a martial arts master? I don't think that's a bad idea. You're being too nice to your old man. You should really think about yourself. Visiting your dad after all this? Yes. Great. Your dad only had a scratch. We'll take care of him. Just go to school and earn that degree. Thank you, Sai. I should hurry up. There's not much time left. I'll just perform a few simple training routines. There isn't much time left. No, I must strive for perfection. I should have done better. Time to head to the hospital. The girl entered the ward quietly and was not surprised to see her father awake. He had been an early waker for nearly his entire life. A few weeks in the ward would not break this habit. Do you have school? Don't you have school? You shouldn't be visiting me today. Despite those words, her father's face was beaming. I thought you left yesterday. Can you still make it? Yes, I can. Good. Come. Let me have a better look at you. I'll only see you again after 6 months. He pushed himself up and smiled as he studied his daughter. Take care of yourself out there. The old man can still pay for your tuition. Just focus on school. And avoid training. Don't scare your classmates. Times have changed, Hal. I don't want to tell people... I don't even want to tell people that I run a dojo. Get a real job. Start a business. Enter the politics. Forget everything about the dojo. There's no future in that. I'm not worried about you, Hal. You're a good girl. Do take care of yourself. And try to make some friends. I'm always worried about that. I will. Good. Her father raised his head and looked at the clock as the sun shone through the window. It's getting late. You should be heading to the airport. Did you bring the documents? How about your things? I brought them all along. And I already mailed my personal belongings over. Good, good. Just go. And take good care of yourself. Yeah, I'm leaving, Dad. Don't worry. I'll be discharged soon enough. Have fun with your friends. Don't visit unless you must. Alright. She left the hospital. I'm going to a foreign city on my own. While sunlight shone weakly through the concrete jungle, she felt she would not be making any friends at all. Are these Fu House memories? It was all very unfamiliar to Brionia. Being immersed in this memory felt so confusing and frightful. And it was like being a butterfly in a storm, not knowing what would happen next. Was that girl really Fu Hao? Fu Hao is always so strong and reliable. She makes people feel safe, but that girl... Perhaps class monitor was like that before enrolling into St. Freya. No, Fu Hao had lived a long time before coming to St. Freya. Well, that time doesn't seem to match. This is so confusing. She looks just like Fu Hao, but I've never seen her behave like that. That is indeed the Immortal Phoenix. Oops, sorry. I have the mic so close to my head now, I keep bouncing it with my headphones. But I feel like this way I get better quality. Huh? You just witnessed the Xinyin mind seal of the Immortal Phoenix, the one and only true celestial Empira. Xinyin mind seal? Being an immortal, Master Phoenix's memories are vast oceans that consistently erode her sentient mind. The immortal had to filter her memories to stem the ever-rising tide and maintain a clean state of mind. And the memories she's excised were kept in these Xinyin mind seals. How was it? Did you find what you want? No. Don't be disappointed. The Immortal lived in this mountain for many years. You'll find thousands of mind seals. I am sure they hold the answers you seek. Let us hope so. I shall rest here. Talk to me if you find any more sealed feathers and I'll unlock them for you. Since so many years have passed, a few mind seals may be faded or broken apart. You'll be able to read those directly. Why are you helping us? Do you feel uncomfortable receiving help? Linzo smiled sadly. Then don't treat it as help. Treat it as a duty of a discipline of the Toxwain school. And with that, Lynn closed her eyes and said nothing more. Okay then. Do you believe her? Brionia is uncertain, but Brionia felt the presence of the class monitor in the feather. Brionia feels that the feather is alive and is attempting to tell us something. Yeah. I thought Fu Hao would talk to us in the feather like she always did before. Brionia thought the same. Instead, we got nothing but a piece of memory. But Kiana should not be disappointed. The lady said that class monitor left multiple feathers in this mountain. Yeah, Fu Hao told me the same thing as well. We shall locate and gather more feathers. Alright. Let's go exploring the mountain of Toxwain. This is not what I was expecting. Alright. Hello, friendos. Well, that was quite simple. This Brianna is quite effective. Time to do the punchies. And now we will slowly erase his existence away. I almost feel bad for this poor guy. Is this a sealed one? Attempt interaction to find out. Okay then. I woke up. 1 week in the school and the girl still could not change her early waking habit. As a resident of the student dorms, a morning jog was no longer possible. I'll just go back to sleep. 7:30 a.m. Tired, yawning students walked out of the dorms as the morning bell rang. They walked along cobblestone roads to the school gates in pairs or small groups. Yet Hao was all alone, a misfit in a huge crowd of students heading to class. More news! The zombies of Sapphire have struck again! I don't want to listen to this! I heard the victim this time came from our school! Huh? Zombie attacks on our school? Zombies Dad always was attacked by a strange person that looked like one. I'm curious about that. Who said it? Finish eating already. I don't want to sit in the front row again. Just wait for me. Excuse me? Hmm? What is it? No, it's fine. I'm sorry. I can't bring myself to ask anything. But I don't think it's them. What a weirdo. What did you say? I'm tired. I'm gonna take a nap in class. Forget it. The instructor's already aware of your shenanigans. Isn't it exciting? Exciting? Geez, stop watching horror movies. It'll be your fault if you scare Kira too badly. Scare her? That's the least of my concerns. Don't you understand? The thing is, that must be the girl. The concrete jungle is actually home to many demonic entities. Vampires, zombies, and monsters. They're all real. You've heard about them in the news. They probably came up with the garbage to boost their viewership. Zombies simply don't exist. Come on, we should be heading back to class. Oh, wait. Want to join me for an after-school adventure? Hey, that girl in the uniform's been staring at you. Do you know her? Huh? No, not really. She's got no sense of fashion. Hey, quiet. She can probably hear us. I'll just head to class. The confusion and fear of trying to fit into a new environment, but she was afraid of change. She approached other individuals on multiple occasions to add them as friends, but nobody responded. I know how that feels, alone and friendless. She had to do everything on her own, and she remained alone until this very day. Kiana. Why did the class monitor leave these feathers? These feathers are very sad memories. And there are memories that we knew nothing about. It would seem that the feathers wanted us to know more about Fu Hao. It seems like it's stuff that she wants to forget, maybe? I didn't expect Fu Hao to have experienced all that in her life before. The experiences may be authentic, but Brionia was not expecting such contents. The class monitor was probably not born this way. But somehow I just felt like she would be more like the class monitor from St. Freya. The two suddenly grew silent. Fu Hao was ordered to be around us during that time, right? Was that her true self? The Kiana Iriaka should ask her directly when she returns. Let us continue. I feel like we're just going in circles now. Time to fill all of the Honkai with laser beams to the face. Please die. You stay stunned now. Uh-oh. Hello, you look sealed. No, this feather is sealed. Shall we approach that lady for help? In Brionia's very humble opinion, Brionia is a little worried about her. She appeared at just the right time, and with just the information we need, the Kiana has gained vigilance. Huh? But am I being too distrustful of other people? She hasn't shown any bad intentions so far, though. Brionia believes in trusting nice people. Think of her as a nice person. Trust makes you happy. But what if she wants to harm me? Then do not trust her with anything at all. We should head back. At least, I want to think of her as a nice person. Okay. It's a lot, ooh, sorry, did it again. It's a lot more backstory than I was expecting of Fu Hao. Oh, hello. The party brigade is here. Ow. Man, these guys are all sorts of rude. This one will be dead very shortly. Alright, back up the stairs and let's go see Lynn. I almost forgot her name. Hello? You have returned. We found a few more feathers. This one is sealed though. Kiana handed Lin Zhao the feather. You astound me. Really? For thousands of years, countless people came to Mount Toxway, but none found the feathers. Yet these feathers revealed themselves once you arrived. Have they sensed something? Hey, Steven, how you doing? Apologies. Pay no heed to my words. Lin Zhao held the feather and pushed it towards Kiana. Moth base. The two walked alongside each other in the corridor. I'm not bad, I'm doing pretty good. You did well in the battle against the 11th Hersher. Thank you. You know that May is transferring you to the Far East branch. I don't know, I don't care. We have no choice. The frequency of Hersher incidents is rising. Our forces are severely depleted. Strategy demands our presence in the different cities. The Mantis force will be disbanded. It's Dr. May's decision. I hope you understand how. I will obey. How? I don't care if I get to stay or get sent to the forest or Salt Lake. The Honkai will come and we will fight it. Our presence in those cities will reduce the losses of all conventional forces. You're still angry. I am. Why do you want me to understand May? Do my opinions matter? Will she change her plans for me? She won't. Did Dr. May try to understand the captain? She didn't, even though the captain was your friend and saved my life. The captain still recognized me and talked with her human voice. She's no Hersher, but you killed her anyway. She became a Hersher, Hal. You know that. I had no choice. I know. Dr. May's orders. I'll obey. But I won't try to understand her. But that decision should be mine alone. Kevin, don't tie yourself to May. Don't ask me to understand her. She doesn't need my understanding. She should talk to the soldiers killed by her Icar mods, or wielding the 10th keys. She should see if she should see if they would understand her. The walk continued in silence. He did not know what to say, and she felt that she had said too much. I will stay at the central base. Of course you will. This isn't for her, Hal. I need to have your understanding. We're comrades, and we need a common vision. There are only 3 cities left, and our civilization faces annihilation. Yet the Honkai attacks grew only worse. The 12th came into being shortly after the death of the 11th. She may be in our custody, but no one knows what's next. We Mantises must keep fighting. We can't afford to fail. We must win this war at any cost. I need you to truly understand us. The fate of humanity rests upon our shoulders. The two arrived at the intersection. Kevin nodded at Hal. I'm heading this way to meet up with Sakura. Take care. Take care. Who saw Kevin disappearing into the opposite end of the corridor and shook her head? The alarm sounded thrice for the most dangerous of Hershers. Fine, I will obey. This Kevin. He must be Kevin Castellana of the World Serpent. Yeah, Fual said they know each other. The key phrase mentioned included the 11th Hersher, the 10th Divine Keys, Mantis. If this memory is real, then the memory segment must have taken place during the previous era. So, Fual wasn't just a guardian of Shinzao. Was she really fighting the Honkai in the previous era? Why didn't she tell us this? Why is she always doing things on her own? The Kiana should be aware of other possible explanations. Maybe the class monitor has forgotten these memories herself. Yeah, that's why the feathers are around, I would assume. They forgot the memories that peeled away. Oh. What did you see? The life of Master Phoenix from a really, really long time ago. A really, really long time ago? Linzo softly repeated the words. What does she like? Was she living in Shinzao? What was she wearing? I'm not really sure. I just know she's a soldier fighting in a war. A war? Against the Honkai? You know about the Honkai? It's nothing to be surprised about. After all, it is just a word. Lin Zhao gave a bitter smile. In Shinzao, we call them the Ji Kui, essence of, or the Yao Kui, corruption. Our school has one rule: no mercy for the corrupted. A simple rule that led to so many tragedies. Sometimes I wonder why Master Phoenix would establish such a rule. I can only try to imagine what she must have been through. Yet it seems that I will never find out. Apologize. My dull soliloquy must have wasted much of your time. Alright. On the hunt for more feathers. We're getting a lot more history of Fu Hao than I anticipated. That is for sure. Hello, friendos. Excuse me, you are in my way. Kiana, what Master Ling said right now. No mercy for the corrupted. She seems to be very affected by it. Well, I'll probably establish that rule. If those memories are true, Fuhao really hated the Honkai. I mean, it's fair to hate the Honkai, isn't it? They only breed destruction. At least that's what we, for the most part, that's what we know. Time to kill all these Medusas. Another feather. Doesn't look like it's sealed. Kiana projected her mind into the warmth glow. Hey! Wake up! Come on! Wake up! The voice cried out desperately. Did I pass out? You did. And for the third time this month. Don't push yourself too hard, Phoenix. I'm sorry. I just felt a little tired. Do you have a headache? Hmm? Headache? Does your head hurt? Sometimes. You needed more sleep. Mantises don't need that much sleep. Nonsense! You're human and you need your sleep. Healthy are those who rest their mind and body well. Fine. I promise I'll get some decent sleep every night. Great. Now let's head on and destroy those beasts so we can go home after this. Alrighty. Stop running away from me! Uh-oh. Another headache. Is it hurting again? How does it feel? It feels like a massive swelling. A sudden pain. Painful flood of memories that disappeared just as quickly. That ache is getting more frequent as well. Phoenix. You're not like us. Regenerative powers of your metamorph ichor will keep your brain cells alive. Mortals will die, but you'll live on forever. And that means you'll retain all of your memories. Forgetting them would be an impossible dream. A fleeting moment for us would be a permanent memory growing within you that eventually fills up your mind. You're tasked to keep an everlasting vigil. Headaches are signs that your brain is fighting against this. And that's why Dr. May gave you the Feng Huao down. I know. Don't be so stubborn. I'll live with it for a while. Just let me hold on to them. Use Feng Hao down to erase useless memories. If you miss them, you can temporarily store them in the Divine Key. And if you won't use the key, you can approach that mantis for a simple mental adjustment. In any case, you should decide quickly for your sake. Living in this condition will only make it worse. Hey, quit chatting already. There's a huge beast coming for us. Oh, great. Just fucking unlimited fighting combo him into a corner. That thing was huge! I should come up with a name for it. Enemy Honkai levels in this area dropped after it was defeated. Great! So this turned out to be just an occasional anomaly. A true Honkai event has yet to occur. That means we still have plenty of time for Project Ember, right? Hey, why are you two looking so sad? It's time to head back to the Mount Toxwain. Fuxi, you asked why I didn't do anything about my memories before. I guess I was being selfish. I was just an ordinary girl before the Icar mods, but I still remember that life. I came from the slums of a metropolis. I was neither a metropolitan or a villager. I didn't know where I belonged. Life for me was just another way... Life for me was just to get into college, find a job, or head back to the slums and run my father's dojo. I was just a scared little girl. I had nothing to do with the world's fate or humanity's survival. Then tens of thousands of years passed in a blink of an eye, and here I am, in this form. That little girl remained in my heart. Whenever I rested, I would see her looking helplessly at me. What exactly happened in all those years? What bound us together? What changed her into who I am? She and I were the same person. 2 points of a single continuous line of the myriad of me, of us every single moment. And each one of me has left behind a memory. My life will fall apart if I give up the memories. I'll no longer know who I was. If I see her again, that frightened, confused little girl in her awkward uniform, I won't know how she became who I am. And I won't know what kept me moving until this very day. But I will, Fuex. I will. Just let me hold on to these memories for a while. That night, I can't sleep, but I've promised Noelle that I'll try to get some. I think I heard someone talking. Was that how she felt? Yeah. Things are happening just as Dr. May expected them. It's obvious that Hao is developing identity disorders and rejecting memory rearrangements. Should we initiate the next phase? What do you think, Fuxi? Next phase? What is the next phase? I don't want to do that. Why? I'm no hero. I was simply following Dr. May's orders when entering the cryopods and guiding Phoenix along. I don't like May, and I don't like this mission. I'm just doing things I've been told to. But I like Hao. Yeah, I happen to agree with you as well. I'd rather see the Phoenix leaving her life instead of carrying on May's projects for us, restoring human civilization. She should not be May's tool for defending humanity or fighting the Honkai. I refuse to see Phoenix turning into that. We can only delay the inevitable. And that'll be enough, Fuxi. We will die, but not her. She'll meet others who know nothing of May's projects. They will be her true fans. Our stories will end and her story will begin. Oh, man. Fu Hao's had a rough life. Kiana. What happened, Brionia? Where am I? You are currently located on Mount Toxwain. Oh, right. Of course. So, what happened to me? You phased out and failed to respond to loud verbal cues. This is an anomaly. We must ask her about this. Oh, I can't even turn back into Kiana. Interesting. Man, what else has Fu Hao gone through? Are you alright, Kiana? Yeah, I'm fine. I feel okay. Okay. That's weird. It's weird that she wasn't in the party from the beginning. I wonder if Kiana is beginning to store too many memories inside of her now. Nah, she hasn't gotten that many memories. Don't even think about it. Alright, let's go talk to Lynn, I guess. She had an episode of Wang Wo, where she forgot her own identity. Wang Wo? It happened before. A girl was once enticed by a mind seal, lost her identity and thought she became the Imperia. Those who are weak of mind, dissatisfied with their lives, or prone to fantasizing are vulnerable to this state. Strange. You do not exhibit those vices. It seems Master Phoenix really did not teach you the Blade Mantra Swawa. She said I was a little too old to learn the Blade Mantra. Master Lin, what is the Blade Mantra? Warriors believe that the Blade Mantra is a state of mind. Only a few disciples of Toxwain knew its true component, the Swara. The Swara is a vocalized mantra with 462 syllables that has never been written down. Will that teach me how to control my powers? Perhaps. Only Master Phoenix knew what the Blade Swara meant. To us, it's only a strange chant that carries no meaning. Yet the mere act of reciting it in your heart activates the effects of the Swara. It forges, hardens, and strengthens your body into a conduit, and your mind is into a reservoir. The Blade Swara appears to be a form of subliminal and hypnotic device. And it appears that this Blade Mantra can only be mastered through years of hard work. But why won't Fu Hao teach me? The class monitor probably has her own ideas. You're tired. That's why you forgot your identity. You should rest for the day and continue tomorrow. The Kiana should rest right now. Alright. Yeah, let's look around tomorrow. The night passed. And that's that, I guess. The night passed. Alright, so we finished the first 6 episodes. We seem to have a little bit of document here. The room was small but clean. Who sat by her bed and stared out through the window. Days passed since the monster attacked Sapphire, who saw no one after being given this room. Drones delivered her meals. Sometimes she thought about the possibility of humanity going extinct. Yeah. It was a woman's sound. The door opened, and the lady who saved her at Sapphire walked in. Hi. Let's skip the pleasantries. How are you feeling? Who shook her head? She had so many questions, but did not know how to ask them. Excuse me. What is it like outside? Outside? You mean Sapphire? You're not in Sapphire. This is our base. Don't worry, you're very safe here. You'll have time to talk later. I want you to listen to me first. But I warn you, I won't waste time on crybabies. What you're about to hear are news. What you're about to hear are news so terrifying that you'd wish it was a bad dream. But they're all real. Now, tell me when you think you are ready to hear them. The lady did not sound very serious, yet her words reflected the gravity of this matter. Who nodded. The lady gave a long sigh. Sapphire is gone. The disaster took out nearly the entire city. We saved a few survivors like you and housed them here. I saved you, so you're in my care. I'm here to check on you if you're mentally sound enough to be discharged. You'll be shipped to Australia first. You can then apply for a place to go. Don't worry, we'll pay for the trip. But your options are quite limited. The disaster struck quite a few places, and we've yet to contain the incident. This will be a long battle, but you should not be concerned with the war. Who is still shocked by the turn of events? Sapphire? Gone? Yes. The school? The lady shook her head. Still thinking about the school? Leave it behind and get as far away from Sapphire as you can. Heed my advice. Life can suddenly do a terrible hand. The best way is to forget. Where are you from? Who mumbled the name of a place? Well, I'm sorry. Most of East Asia was hit by the disaster. There is no survivors from that place. The lady said nothing more. She looked at Hal with sympathy. I know it's hard to accept this. I'll leave you alone for a while and come back tonight. What really happened? An accident? A disaster? How about a meteor? None of these will fool you. You saw everything that day. Just come up with a story that you can believe in. You're still young. Don't give yourself bad dreams every night. I want the truth. Why? Hal was silent. Why did she ignore the sirens at the airport and run back to the city? Who was she trying to save? It was a blur. She would have died if she stayed in the airport. It would not have lived with the tragedy. Hal found herself caught in a daze of existential crisis. Nothing felt certain, not even her own existence. I want to know what I can do. Don't worry, you'll have a lifetime to figure that out. I need an answer right now. I want to spend my lifetime doing things instead of figuring them out. The lady looked at Fu Hao. I had this conversation with many people, and they all wanted hope. After all, their lives are brutally destroyed. They can't imagine a life without hope or even find the urge to live on. But I can afford to give everyone hope. I can only give you a spark. You'll have to ignite it yourself. Give me your answer tonight. You will have the truth, but you'll have to carry this burden for the rest of your life. The lady looked at Hu's eyes. I once had this talk and faced the very same choice, girl. So make sure you think about this carefully. The silence felt so long that the lady turned around to leave. Hao decided to cut it short. Give me the truth. The lady sighed but smiled, and who knew she had her approval. Come, we have a place for you. Good morning, Mia. I can't talk with either of them. Oh. Interesting. No need for pleasantries. Go and do what you must. This is for you. Liu Zhao extended her hand. 2 feathers hovered above her, clean, pale, above her clean, pale palm. I found them while you were resting. Oh, thanks a lot. You're welcome. The feathers gave off a bright glow. Good morning, me. Today's schedule 2 sessions of math, physics, art, grammar, and PE. I don't like PE. Her excellent performance in PE classes attracted a great deal of attention. Yet Hao felt her classmates were talking bad about her when they whispered to each other while looking on. Recess time. Noisy students rushed out of the classroom and made for the canteen. Hao, however, slowly packed her stationery and thought about lunch. I missed having noodles. Who sat on a bench in the school plaza? I think I feel a little hungry now. Who avoided the crowd when having her meals? Her generous appetite also attracted attention. She tried having normal-sized meals, but her stomach soon protested loudly against her choice. So where should we head off to after school? Who heard a few girls talking? Just leave me alone. I need sleep. Just sleep tomorrow. This is the last day of the week where we're free to head outside. I know this great place. The chatting girls eventually walked away. I guess I can head downtown after school. It's decided. I shall have noodles. Alright, let's go. The noodles were great. I can have more if I save a little. Once a month? No. Let's make it twice a month. Hmm? Don't come any closer! Someone needs help. Get out of here. Slow down. I don't think I can run anymore. I think we got away. The girl gave a relieved sigh. Thanks for saving my life. What the hell was that? A real zombie? I thought it was just a cheap tabloid story. No idea, but it's dangerous. You should avoid dark alleyways at night. Fine. Look, I'm sorry I got you into this mess. Wait, are you wearing a uniform of my school? And you look familiar. I'm a freshman from class 3. Oh, I'm from class 5. So I didn't know you. But that's alright. We can get, we know each other now. It's late. I'll be heading back to school. You should do so as well. What? We should head back together. This place is giving me the creeps. The girl suddenly held on to Fu Hao's arm and sent her into a silent shock. If it weren't for you, I'd definitely be dead. And you're so super awesome. Did you just do some of that legendary Kung Fu thing? You jumped like so many meters into the air. That's like crazy awesome stuff. Oh, right. I don't even know your name. Hey, can you at least say something? Those zombies are the same zombies we're fighting now, right? It's very likely. Perhaps the Honkai eruption was about to happen at that time. Yeah. But wasn't Fu Hao just an ordinary girl? Even then she could take out zombies fair and square. No wonder she's the balmiest student in our school. And that girl seemed to be seemed to like her very much. She was alone in the previous memory. I think Fu Hao must really be happy to make a friend. That looked like Charlotte. This is another feather. School is finally out! Great, I can finally take a break. Why are you still wearing that uniform, Al? Why aren't all those nice clothes I picked out for you? The uniform is pretty sturdy and dirt doesn't show up that easily on it. You're definitely not wearing this stupid uniform. I guess this is why you never wear this uniform at school. That's right. I look super lame if I dressed like everyone else. Let's go. Back to the dorms. Why? To get you changed. That's it. We'll give your family a surprise when you head back. You look absolutely gorgeous. Why am I feeling like you're making fun of me? I will never ever do that. I just gave you a super splendid idea. Go home in your school uniform is super lame. I don't really want to scare my dad though. He might not take this too well. What? Girl, your dad is a kung fu master. Nothing can scare him. Anyway, take care, bon voyage. And I'll see you next semester. Yeah, thank you for everything. Thank me? Why? You helped me make a lot more friends in school. I really didn't expect to have a great time in school, but you made it happen. You really need some confidence, Hal. People became your friends because they like you. I was never the reason. You're a really nice girl, and people quickly notice that, even without me around. Don't give other people credit for your success. You won't get anything out of it. And don't you have a flight to catch? Don't let me keep you. Goodbye, Sapphire. Who looked at the urban nightscape? Though the time she spent in the city was short, it was an enjoyable experience for her. In a few hours, she would be back home. I made a real friend, Dad. Happiness filled her heart. The airport suddenly blared with loud sirens and alarms. Dear travelers, the airport will be locking down due to an emergency. Please remain calm and stay at your current positions. What just happened? Who was unaware that she was about to experience the third Honkai eruption? The place will also experience the Honkai eruption. That's the first ever Honkai eruption she ever faced, right? And the class monitor just made a good friend. The girl silently recalled unpleasant memories of Lin Xiao, while whiled away time by kicking pebbles. Keep finding feathers. What's in the next feather? Perhaps the class monitor's memories. Will we ever locate the blade mantra or the class monitor? I'm fine with the memories. They were revealing bits of the mysterious past to us. I have a feeling that we'll get what we want if we keep on looking. Stop running away from me. You get back over here. No, no, no. Not you. The other one. Hello everyone. Let's all gather up and have a group hug. Big old Brionia group hug. Alright, we still haven't found the feather, unfortunately. And this place is like this place is super beautiful. Ah, there's the feather. Kiana projected her mind into the glow. Alright, this is back when she was a mantis. The Honkai is spreading. The 12th Hersher. The 12th Hersher must have escaped containment. If I'm not wrong, she must be Sakura's sister. Who sighed? She rushed for a few paces before stopping. Kevin said he was looking for Sakura. So he should be close by to the Hersher and wouldn't need me around. I should focus on damage control and keep our losses at a minimum. No sign of zombie infection. She's not. But I'm picking up some unfamiliar traces of Honkai energy. I should be able to deal with this. Who checked the disabled soldier? I hardly see any infection patterns. This isn't a case of Honkai overdose. She opened her palm and summoned the 8th divine key, Key of Sentience. A reaction, but no signs of hallucination, hypnosis, or memory alteration. This is obviously a mind trick. Is this the power of the 12th Hersher? The enemy's power remains uncertain. If it's a mental attack, the key of sentience should unleash it. I'll first unleash the second power. Complex manifest. Interesting. So this is the world I see once my complete sentient focus is directed into a single point. Who spoke to herself? While floating in the mental world, she saw many sparks, each of them a sentient entity revealed by the Feng Hao Dawn. The effects of the divine key have now spread throughout the entire base. Who said to herself, she conveyed this simple information to activate her primal reflexes. Under her current state of extreme focus, any emotion would only serve as a hindrance. The divine key served as an additional sense to observe every entity in this world. She saw 3 complex minds intertwined as one. The stubborn, unbending, and sword-like entity must be Kevin. He's still fighting. The second consciousness was close by, an ephemeral wisp that fluttered painfully like a wilted leaf. Who could this be? Sakura? Hi, Naruyuko. How are you doing today? Who looked at the third consciousness, a cocoon of malevolence that extended its fine tendrils everywhere. I found the one that is corrupting the space. I hope I have enough time. I will lock down the minds of everyone in this base and stop the Herrscher from corrupting them. I must keep this up until Kevin defeats the Herrscher. Let it begin. Uh-oh. It found me. I'm impressed. This entity can fight Kevin, Sakura, and me at the same time. A copy of my will, stripped of everything except for hatred towards the Honkai to act as my guard. Go, and do not let them disturb me. This is getting really interesting, that's for sure. Also, apparently, or at least it seems that Fu Hao has many divine keys. Okay. You did well. I am sorry. Who used the key to destroy the copy of herself? The act made her a little sad. Pure emotionless reason was responsible for creating this copy, yet she destroyed her as soon as she served her role. A tool created for the sole purpose of fighting the Honkai. Who thought about herself and realized that she was the same? I shouldn't dwell on such thoughts. She shook her head to purge these thoughts from her mind. I should meet up with them. The base was silent. Everyone was asleep to ensure safety. Who kept the key active until further orders from May? The dark, terrifying entity was no more. Okay. The dark, terrifying entity was no more. The 12th Herrscher was contained, whether it be dead or alive. Who reached the 3rd floor? Kevin stood against the wall in a dazed stupor as though he was controlled by Who's key. I knew it was you when everyone else in the base finally fell asleep. Kevin, we have sealed the 12th Herrscher. Really? How is Sakura? She's dead. Kevin turned to look at the Herrscher's containment cell. It's like a virus. It can infect both computers and humans. Honkai always manages to surprise us. How heavy are our losses? About 100 in the base. Those closer to are turned into zombies. Spread too fast for us to containment measures. Your decisive action stopped the spread. You saved everyone in the base. That sounds like good news. Bad news is the virus took over our defenses and launched every nuke at the last 3 population centers. What? I'm sorry. I thought it was a mental attack. I failed to defend the computers. Who sat down in despair? I thought I had the situation under control. It doesn't matter. Man sat down heavily next to her. It always ends this way, doesn't it? The outcomes hardly surprise you. Every victory came at a terrible cost, while the Honkai only grew stronger. Though we made it to the 12th. Everyone knew that our triumphs were facades to disguise the horrifying losses we had suffered. Humanity has lost the war, Hal. Kevin said in a low whisper that could hardly be heard. But this is the truth that we'll never accept that as a fact. I didn't expect you to say that. I thought you'll be the last one to give up the fight. Do you want the truth? I never gave up because I never tried. I never cared about the Honkai nor humanity. I just don't care. I didn't become a moth to save the world. It was for a selfish reason. Yet the decision took me all the way here. I cannot admit this to anyone, especially not to her. I thought I was the most terrible person to have ever lived. Kevin lowered his head. Who had never seen him so vulnerable and fragile before? We're all the same, Kevin. No one is born a hero. We're just ordinary people forced upon this path. I thought about home, my dreams. I often questioned why I'm doing something I never asked for. I haven't been a follower. I followed the captain, and now I follow you with May in the lead. I thought this was my path. But no one forced me onto this path. It is my choice. I don't like it, and I can stop or leave at any time. You could have done that, but you didn't, Kevin. No one has the right to blame you for anything. Kevin lowered his head further. Who heard his low whispers? But I do, and I blame myself. Who's not sure if she should respond to that? The two of them remained silent until Kevin finally raised his head. I'm not giving up, Hal. I will not give up. Good. We shall not give up. Humanity shall win. Kevin stood up. He instantly reverted to his unyielding warrior, into the unyielding warrior who always led at the very front. Come. We must head to the battle command. So that's the Honkai War from the previous era. 12 Hershers appeared. Humanity won every battle but lost the entire war. The two girls grew silent as though they thought about the world they live in. I never knew that Kevin also had experienced all that. Bologna knew about these incidents, but was not aware that the class monitor was there as well. Hal faced Kevin alone to protect me. They used to fight alongside one another, but they were two comrades who took different paths. I guess so. Kiana's voice became softer than a sigh as though she thought about the past. Yeah, we've already seen that thanks to Brionna going to the Sea of Quanta, but we never knew that Fu Hao was also in there. But we could kind of infer that from the times we got glimpses of the past. Also, this is very peaceful for what just happened, like, at the end of the last chapter. Oh, hello, it's one of you. Man, that thing got far away. Come here. Gonna hurt. And do as much damage to this thing as it can possibly do. Ow, could you stop? I've never seen this attack before. This is a very different version of this beast. Ow, it threw a rock at me. That's not very nice. Time to give it the punch. I feel like Honkai Impact just continuously gets more interesting. It goes dull for like a little bit, and then it goes really interesting again. It never stays dull for long. I mean, heck, the last chapter we had 2 Herschers. A sealed feather. This feather is also sealed. Okay. Probably faster to go backwards than forward. Amazing. Really? You found more in Yin. Mine seals in 2 days than anyone else has in the last 500 years. I doubted you when you said you were Phoenix's friend, but I am certain now that you have a special place in her heart. Lin Zhao held the feather in her hand. Instead of undoing the seal, she studied it in silence. The heart is the greatest mystery of all. We know it, use it, explore it, manipulate it, but we've never understood it. It is easy to know someone. It is extremely difficult to know oneself. Kiana understood little of Lin's words, but they sounded important and thus she dared not interrupt her. It doesn't really matter. Just a few random musings that no longer matter. Lin smiled and undid the seal. Kiana and Bronya felt the world spun around them as the light engulfed everything. Wait for me! Phoenix stopped and waited for the little one shouting in the distance. You're getting slow. I'm getting old, really old. Phoenix scoffed. And you're thousands years old too. Take it easy. You should rest between those quests. It'll do wonders for your health. The Honkai does not rest. Oh really? So why does it only come out once in a while? These critters are hardly the real thing. Every trace of Honkai must be purged. Every enemy must be subdued. And you're just pampering these humans. They should be able to take care of these things by themselves. Ah, we've arrived. And you're ignoring me again. Greetings, sir. Could you tell me if this place has a monster problem? You're mistaken, young lady. This is a peaceful village. We haven't had any demons for centuries. What did the locals say? They claim that they've never seen a monster, but I can sense a presence nearby. Is it strong? No. It's just a weak Honkai response. But it's too close to, and the villagers are too calm. Something is amiss. It definitely isn't a huge monster we're looking for. We cannot afford to ignore this. I will inspect it with my own eyes. What is that? I see some sort of bubble up there. A zombie? A zombie has been chained up. This doesn't look right, Phoenix. Someone chained her here. Fruits and meats, fresh but untouched. Hold on, don't kill her! Why? Something isn't right. She's kept here on purpose. They were also trying to feed her. We should get to the bottom of this. Unnecessary. She is fully corrupted and can no longer be saved. She is now a threat that must be purged. But we can do that later. Chick Chick. Are you trying to stop me from destroying the spawn of the Honkai? I don't like it when you fight. It makes you cold and scary. I let you have your way for anything else, but never in such matters. Can we at least go back and talk to the villagers? We should know what happened before we act. Dozens of villagers gathered at the village gates as though they expecting the phoenix to return. Little Wang saw you head for the hills. You saw her, didn't you? I did. But we didn't kill her, no sir. We want to know what happened. It's a long story. She was Lin's wife, but some foul sorcery possessed her and turned her into a demon. She hit her man and then rushed out of the house, and then rushed out to attack others. Luckily the lads caught her and chained her up. She didn't do anything wrong. Never! But her man and baby. The villagers stepped back to reveal a man on crutches and an old lady holding a baby. Please, Imperia, show mercy. She is fully corrupted. There is no other way. The merciful thing is to end her misery. But every villager heard the phoenix's words. They were aghast and looked at each other. But please, if there's any chance for mercy. The elder secretly motioned to Phoenix. He had something to say. Everyone backed away when she approached. You must be the Celestial Imperia. So you know her? This is a remote village, but my grandfather gazed upon your immortal beauty. You must be the one. I am flattered, but do tell me your request. I beg to you, end the poor woman's misery. What? Didn't you ask us to spare her life? There were people around. If her family heard me, they will hate me for us for many years. Her cursed form only brings pain. I don't think we can keep her chained forever. Everyone is frightened. What if she breaks free? Will she kill someone in the village? We know nothing about killing demons. Fate brought you here to save us from this monster. Allow me to consider. A man with crutches stood away from the crowd. His arms were bandaged and he lost one of his legs. My wife. Can she return to us? I'm sorry. The man glared at Phoenix before letting out a frustrated grunt and walking painfully away. The old woman holding the baby looked worried. She clumsily bowed as the Phoenix approached. Lady, are you here to purge demons? No, I wasn't. Now I've seen it, I cannot leave without resolving the issue. So what happened to the poor woman? I've been taking care of her baby all this time. Will anything happen to me? Set your worries aside. Your village is clean and so is the baby. That's good to hear. Poor child. So young and yet her father is no longer fit for work and her mother. The woman gently comforted the baby in her arms. Yeah. This will only keep happening, 6-6. We cannot afford to show mercy at any possible threat. So does that mean we're gonna send her to the afterlife? The Phoenix shook her head. There is no other choice. The zombie looked at you. Its eyes were devoid of nothing but the malice glow of Honkai. If only we could free ourselves from the Honkai. It just kept coming and harming people. Yes, it just keeps coming. Are you upset, 6-6? No. I'm sad. Well, that zombie? No, Phoenix. I feel sad for you. When the ladies made me, they told me the Phoenix has a mission. A cruel and heartless mission. I'll be honest with you. You don't like it at all. She deserves to live her own life and make her own decisions. Yet everything has been chosen for her. Without someone to look after her, she'll eventually carry that mission to completion. That's exactly who she is. And that's why we were made for you. That's why we made you. We'll not give you any directives. Given that both of us have already betrayed our orders, we don't think it's fair to order other people around. Observe the Phoenix with your own eyes. She can be a little cold, but she's actually a very nice person. I'm sure you'll like her as well. When that happens, we hope you make the same decision as us, that we did. If not, well, I don't think it matters anyway, because I sure wouldn't be around to complain. We entrust the Phoenix to your care. Good luck, 6-6. They disobeyed their orders to keep you away from the battles. And I did everything I could. I disrupted your training and tried to stop you from using the Feng Ho down. I tried to get you closer to others, but that is all I could do. Have I disappointed you? No, Phoenix. You never disappointed anyone. Everyone can see the good work you've done. I'm disappointed in myself. We tried to foil your mission and Dr. May's project to keep useless things in your mind. But I simply can't do it. I'm sorry. Why apologize? Keeping you company has made me really happy. I'm just sad that I can't be with you forever. 1,000 years aren't long enough. My batteries will fail and my memories will freeze. I'll eventually fall asleep. But I'll never leave you. I'll keep waiting until the day your saviors appear. Though you're willing to die for this world, there will eventually be someone who treasures you more than this world. You won't be alone, Phoenix. Kiana and Bronya left a feather. Instead, there was a feather in its place. Those text bubbles go by way too fast. Alright. Oh wow, we have a lot of stuff to read apparently. Let's just claim all those and let's start reading. Don't you just look... Don't you look just fabulous in this? Lady Quinpo smiled at her. You'll be stealing all the attention in this evening ball, gorgeous. Who shook her head? Why? Are you unhappy with something? I do not understand this. We lost 3 branches to bring down the 6th Sure just a short while ago. We've won, but how could we just forget about all the sacrifices and pain we've been through? Why are we dressed up? Music? Snacks? Just thinking of making about this reminds me of the friends who died. Well, I have a little reminder for you. You've heard it before, but it works. Forgetting is the best medicine. People choose to forget for a good reason. It is a way to relieve the pain and get a moment of happiness. You must give them a chance to forget and have a little bit of fun, especially during wars. You can't fight a war with low morale. The captain said as she arranged her hair. I really can't get used to this hair bun. My ears feel cold and my neck as well. It's probably the air conditioning in the base. The captain gave a frustrated scoff. Whatever. Sure you're not taking the ball? I spent a great deal of time picking out that dress for you. There's a snack bar for non-dancers. I'm definitely not going to get you to dance on. I'm definitely going to get you on the dance floor. Fine, I'll go. Finally, a right choice. Learn to relax, Fuao. She snapped out of her memories. She was an equipped pal and thought about a short conversation last year as she looked at her reflection. Many things happened in a year. 2 Hersher incidents and Australia laid to waste by a great fire. The one who chose to dress her was no longer around. The moths planned another evening ball, but the mood was depressing. A far cry from the joyful atmosphere last year. The war was wearing out the moths. The Hershers kept coming. There was no end in sight. No one wanted to dance, but no one wanted to cancel this tradition either. Because people need to be happy. You must give them a chance to forget and have a little bit of fun, especially during wars. You can't fight a war with low morale. Frau thought about the captain's words. Learn to relax, Frau. Aye, Captain. Hao is no longer a rookie. She finally understood what the captain. More importantly, she understood her duty. Let's hope everyone can forget about this, at least for this night. Frau murmured to herself and she headed for the lounge. Ooh-wee! The girl ignored the crowd as she stretched her lithe body, her neck and her wrists. Is this really your first time playing this? Yeah, my dad never allowed me to go to one go to that arcade near our place. What a shame, because you're a gaming genius. 1,536 points? That's way ahead of second place. Speaking of which, are there gun kata moves in your kung fu? That's impossible. They're not the same thing. Say, are you up for some para dance insanity? Oh my god! At the rate you're going, this arcade should be paying you to play their games. Keep it down. House said in hushed tones. A huge crowd gathered around the girls to admire their legendary gameplay. I didn't expect to attract so many people. It's terrifying. So, how did you pull off those moves? By moving my arms and legs accordingly to the instructions on screen? Instructions? Oh, they're not. Oh, forget it. The girl looked around, oblivious to the spectators around them. Want to try a racing games? It's definitely something you can't do with Kung Fu. I am so happy. Of course, gamers are designed to make people more happy. Hey, what you want to eat? Noodles? Pizza? It's on me. It's okay, I got the money. You can pay for dinner. And you can pay for the bus ride back. I can pay for dinner and you can pay for the bus ride back to the school. How's that sound? That does sound good. So, why do you live in the dorms on the weekends? I thought your home is in Sapphire. My parents aren't around most of the time. It's not home, it's just a place to live when you're alone. You sound so mature. Whoa, did you just call me mature? Can you please say that again when you meet my mom? But I gotta warn you, you'll be shocked when you see my mom. Are you trying to say something? I never told you that I came from a military family, right? And it's my mom who's in the army. Wait, you don't look surprised. Service women aren't that rare, to be honest. That's because you've never seen my mom. Don't worry, you'll meet my parents once they return to Sapphire. I kept telling them that you're the one who saved their baby girl's life. What? Can you not can I choose not to meet them instead? Why did you tell them that? Who could only imagine how awkward it would feel? I was just messing with you. I'll just say that you're my bestest friend ever. Come on, don't be shy. Let's go eat something. Sure. Fuhao's heart was filled with a simple yet pleasant happiness. Many years will pass before we see each other again now, Kevin said before she headed to the cryopods. When he was sullen and he ended his greeting with these words. Humanity shall defeat the Honkai. She had many things to say. She knew she could at least repeat Kevin's words. He would be pleased to hear them. But she only gave him a silent nod. The doors closed. Hal went through the disinfection chamber and left her clothes in the cruel old world. The long war against the Honkais ended. Humanity suffered grievous losses, but failed to claim the final victory. The planet's surface was in ruins. The few survivors left followed Dr. May's orders and entered cryopods. Nobody knew what their mission was, nor how long the hibernation would be. That is so very typical of her. No one knew Dr. May's entire plan. The AI named Prometheus conveyed her will, and no one objected. Because everyone trusted and believed in Dr. May. The person who spent her life fighting the Honkai. Are you sure? Are you there, Prometheus? Hi. I am. The synthetic voice sounded a little shy, like a shy little girl. How much time do I have left? The Great Hibernation shall begin in 1 hour, 27 minutes. 1 hour and 27 minutes. The amount of time Fu Hao had to reminisce about the past. But was her past really that long? After becoming a mantis, Fu Hao could no longer forget. Every moment since the awakening became etched into her mind. She cared little for those memories. There was nothing that she missed about them. She went to the very beginning, her father's dojo in the slums where youths trained in the yard. Your dad's dojo will be yours, Hal. He said those words, but he was wounded by a zombie. The dojo faltered, the Honkai came, and everything was gone. She thought about her confusing first day of school in the new city, and that her classmates. She felt a trace of joy. The first classmate to befriend her, the happiest semester of her life. The Honkai came, and everything was gone. Memories of other friends were worn down over the years. Only flickering shadows remained. She thought about the captain who rescued her in Sapphire and gave her a new purpose in life. The Honkai came, and she reached the very end of her memories. Are you there, Prometheus? I am. The synthetic voice sounded like a shy little girl. And the time? The Great Hibernation shall begin in 1 hour and 13 minutes. Fu Hao thought to herself. It took me only 14 minutes to recall the memories that I held dear. Fu Hao entered the password on the wall panel and opened her cryopod. Reminder, you still have 1 hour and 12 minutes of free time. I don't need it. Fu Hao said. She entered the cryopod, the transparent glass panel closed and sealed her from the old world. Good night, Prometheus. Jesus. The ocean greeted the phoenix. Azure waves lapped at her ankles and gave her a welcomed sense of coolness in the heat of summer. This is a dream. The beach failed to distract her. She knew at once that she was in a dream. Her physical body was at Mount Toxwain. I hardly dream nowadays. As a mantis, her brain never stopped working. Even if she slept, she could not remember the last time she had dreamed. Why am I having this dream? Aye! An old friend appeared without warning. It's you. It's been a while, Phoenix. How long has it been? 2,600 years. The Phoenix murmured to herself. That's really quite a long time. You haven't changed at all. The Phoenix found herself at a loss of words. This is just a dream, isn't it? I don't know about that. Since we are talking to each other, it's probably just a dream. We are already dead. We're really sorry about leaving you behind on your own. No, don't be. The dreaming phoenix experienced sorrow. It felt like a lead weight pressing against her chest. I didn't make it on time. It was my fault. Just seeing you two again. The very sight of you makes me really happy. Fuxi and Nual looked at each other before smiling. Smiles that she had not seen in 2,600 years. You can see us anytime you want. We're always by your side. Yes. Then the phoenix, Fuxi, and Nual spoke no more. Everyone knew this precious moment of silent calm would not be traded for any number of words. The clogs of time ticked on as spinning flywheels spun dazzling threads of entire lifetimes. The time had come for the dream to end. I thought this moment would keep going if I kept my silence. I was afraid, so afraid that time would flow once more when I opened my mouth. This is just a dream. All dreams will eventually shatter. Indeed, all dreams will come to eventually end. But time will not end for you. The bells chimed in the distance. The phoenix returned to the beach. Azure waves lapped at her ankles. It felt as though she had traveled to the past. We'll meet you again, Phoenix. We'll meet you again, Fuxi. And take care, Noah. The dream ended. Where did Ling Zhao go? I'm not sure. Kiana picked up the feather. Did she leave this for us? Maybe she wants to tell us something. Should we try entering it? Da. Light faded away like a chilly wind felt like ice cold blades. Midnight. Mount Tuxwain was exceedingly quiet during those hours. The Celestial Empire continued her slow walk. Hey! In a memory now? Yeah, but why? The previous feathers only allowed us to look. Yet. The Kiana must remember. This feels similar to the feather that the class monitor used before. Can this be? Kiana looked around and saw Fu Hao on the mountain trail. She called out to her, but Fu Hao seemed oblivious. She can't hear me. We should initiate pursuit. Sui, why are you here? Where are the others? Master. The girl's ephemeral shade flickered. Her hesitation was obvious. Sui misses you. Another person silently appeared beside Fu Hao and her youngest disciple, Sui. She was Sume, the second disciple of the Phoenix. She's been waiting here every day since you left the mountain. Sui is such a sweet girl. The hours run late, Master. We should head back to the temple. The Phoenix followed Sumi up the mountains and left Queen Chi on her own. They're planning the kill, Master. Queen Siu suddenly turned around and faced Kiana and Brianna. Are you here to stop this? What did you just say? You can see us. Kun Chai sighed. The shadowy apparition suddenly transformed into a beast that lunged at Kiana. What you see is but an illusion. Such is the power of the Style, the dark. Why did she attack us? Whoops. This memory segment seems to be an anomaly. She just said that the disciples are gonna kill their master? This must be the night 500 years ago when the 7 swords of Tuxwain murdered Fu Hao. Is this feather asking us to change history and rescue the class monitor? I don't know, but we should definitely follow them. Master is the most important person in my life. Nobody else matters as much. But I won't let Master kill her. Never. There won't be another chance like this. The fourth disciple of Toxwain looked at her twin elder sister and smiled. It's alright, Waxy. Perhaps it's been decreed by fate. This is Bellspike, the bringer of silence. And Vodorak leaves nothing behind. This is just an illusion, right? Why treat a false illusion as truth? So, you're finally here. Apologies, but you can go no farther. Sumi, the second disciple, and Mengyu, the sixth, stood guard before the Fog Mountain Temple. You seek to foil the machinations of fate. We share the same goals. None of us wanted this battle. If we had another choice. Draw your steel. Be ready, I am the wielder of the Peerless Blade. Alright, time to finish them off. I wonder what this is going to actually do, though. Kiana and Brionia approached Fog Mountain Temple. Fuao's disciples, the Seven Swords of Toxwain, were the very ones who killed their master 500 years ago. Brionia detects no hatred towards the class monitor from them. No, I can sense some hatred, but it's weak, but I know it's there. Maybe I'm mistaken. I think that hatred isn't directed towards us nor Fu Hao. I think they hate themselves. Kiana, the class monitor should have 7 disciples, but only 6 of them appeared. Maybe the last one is in the Fog Mountain Temple. We should be ready. Yeah. The 2 girls open the door. Hey, did we just come back out again? What happened? What exactly lies beyond the temple doors? Brionia saw a brief moment of pitch darkness before re-emerging at this location. That's so weird. What's wrong with this feather? We should ask the person who left it for us. Well, time to finally solve this mystery. And now to destroy all of the tiny Honkai. Oh, hello. Didn't even notice you before. Stupid crabs. Oh, hello. And now to break this poor Honkai into pieces. Oh, hello. This feather, is it sealed? Yet. But it feels different compared to the other feathers we've found. Perhaps we should activate it unless you have another idea in mind. We should give it a try anyway. Xiao? The phoenix called to her disciple. I'm heading to the South Seas. You're coming along. Go and pack your things. Of course, Master. Or monsters found by the South Seas? Though the phoenix heard her words, she walked off without turning back. You don't look well. What is it? The journey to the South Seas will take a while. I'm just worried about the little ones. Sume is around. She was admitted to the school only a little bit earlier than the others. Yang Queen is just a boy, and she has yet to recover from her sickness in Wanru. The phoenix stopped and turned around. Do you want to stay? No, I should go. I want to see South Seas again, and pay respects to my parents. Good. What exactly happened at the South Seas, Master? Nothing happened. The phoenix was cold. Like you, I have few friends to whom I want to pay respects. Lin Xiao left the shop with her substantial purchases. What did you buy? Offerings for my ancestors, a wood puppet for Yang Queen, books to teach you Suyi how to read, a rogue for Winru. Lin Jiao counted her purchases. Local sundries for Sume, and this is for you. Lin Jiao gave her a strange cloth-wrapped package. The phoenix felt its weight and hardly gave a response. I remember this town. We lived here when you first took me to Mount Tuxwain many years ago. Did I? The phoenix looked at the hanging lanterns. I don't remember. Apologies, Master. This is the only ship willing to make the trip. You might have to live in this cabin for a while. It doesn't matter. Thank you. Why? Because you're willing to take me back to the place where my parents now rest. Sure. I'm planning to go to the very same place. Lin Jiao found a place where her people were buried, laid out the offerings, and paid her respects. The phoenix looked on in silence. Lin stood up, wiped away her tears, and gave an awkward smile. I'm sorry, Master. I didn't expect to hold you up for this long. It doesn't matter. Where are your friends, Master? I'll set up offerings for them. The phoenix shook her head. She walked along the cliff's edge and gazed at the bottomless abyss. Their spirits flew to the Empyrean, and their souls slept in the abyss. But these legends are false. They'll never return. Are your friends people of the Nine Realms? No. Those people wanted to resurrect Chuyu, while my friends sought to eradicate it. They could only be enemies. Shu is the essence made of flesh and laid waste to the South Seas. They faced it without me and fell in battle. Just over 2 decades ago, the people of the 9 realms tried to resurrect Shuyu, and I came here to stop them. Sho, your parents died because of me. Do you hate me? They were corrupted. Death is the best way to end this. Good. The phoenix unwrapped her package and revealed a lifelike clay figurine. The phoenix looked at the clay figurine for a while before letting it fall into the dark abyss. This is for the best. It's time to leave. The two said nothing during their return trip. Lin Zhao broke the silence after stepping off the boat. Is there no cure for the corruption? They weren't bad people. They had no choice. Why would the heavens afflict them with such a curse? The phoenix did not reply. Wanru, she's just an innocent little girl. If she becomes corrupted, there's no way that we... Zhao, there's nothing that we can do about this. Leiwu gritted her teeth. The obedient disciple mustered all her courage to utter the blasphemous words. Master, will you please show mercy to Wanru? She is corrupted, Zhao. The phoenix said nothing more. Zhao remembered the very words she uttered at the South Seas. Death is the best way to end this. Lin Zhao turns out to be Fu Hao's disciple. She's the first and the only one of the 7 swords who didn't appear. It is not the question, Kiana. Why did Lu Zhao appear at Mount Toxwain? Why did a person from 500 years ago appear in Mount Toxwain of our time? I think I know what happened here. Nothing about this place feels right. High ambient Honkai energy, and a strange Fu Hao we saw. These feathers aren't the same feathers that Fu Hao showed us. And Lin Zhao from so many years ago appeared and led us to those Xunyan mine seals. It's a trap. Yeah, this definitely isn't the real Mount Toxwain. So where on earth is this place? And who would do that to us? At that very moment, something emitted a bright glow. The feather that Lin Zhao gave us. You should enter it again. You should be able to find out the truth within it. Here we go. Greetings. The girl's ephemeral shade flickered. She was obviously waiting for someone. Is this just a segment of someone's memories? I am already dead. I have died. Excuse me. Can you tell us what's going on here? I have died. Queen Shiyu continued to mumble to herself as her shadow faded. I died. And she didn't attack us. The feather has changed. It became softer. Those who are fated to die have died. Zhang Wexing sighed as her twin held onto her arm. And those who must live have survived. It is for the best, isn't it? Thank you. Her words were meant for Kiana. Were you talking to me? It is easy to prevent a death, but convincing someone to keep on living is so much more difficult. You are a kind person. Though half her face was corrupted by Honkai, she gave a beautiful smile before disappearing with her twin. The fifth sword of Toxwain shook her head and faded away. So, you're finally here. Sume gazed upon the far distance. Scale the mountains to reach the end of this tale. You will find what you want. She is waiting for you. No, Lin Shaozu. The sixth disciple looked at Kiana. No, it's the Phoenix. Master finally found someone who she actually cares for. It was a long trip, but it was worth its time. She faded into the air as she finished her words. Nangyun Ku gave a slight bow. This is for the best. She said that Fu Hao is waiting for us at the mountain. Well then. Well, I guess let's see the final few cutscenes that we have. The final few memories of Fu Hao that we get to see. The Immortal Phoenix came back with a young girl. Lin Zhao was surprised. She's special. The Phoenix responded to her astonishment. Unpack her things and find a place for her, and teach her the Blade Sword. But she's so young. She can talk and she knows how to read. The Phoenix pointed at the child. The girl, however, looked toward the sky and was enthralled by something. She is special. The Phoenix repeated those words again. I have prepared a place for the little one. She's a stubborn girl. I only got her to sleep with some candy. Good. Are you going to adopt her, Ephemery? Perhaps. Lin Zhao glanced outside the door and asked softly. Her parents? Dead. Lin Zhao knew what the word meant. 3 months passed. The child is a fast learner. She has made astounding progress with the Blade Mantra in these 3 months. I have said it before. She is special. And it took me almost 2 years. I guess I'm not smart enough. You started late, and I wasn't teaching you properly. We should give her a name, Ephemery. How did you get your name? Ninja did not expect this question. She lowered her head after a brief silence. My father paid a scholar for words from the Book of Odes, Xiao Morning Rain, the bringer of rainbows. Then it's decided. Go in by the Book of Odes. The Immortal Phoenix ordered Lin Zhao to bring the girl to Toxwain Temple. She'll take your surname, Lin. What do you think? I have my own surname. The girl suddenly spoke. It's Sue. That's my mother's surname. I shall take her name for myself. What is your name? My dad named me, but I'll not call myself that. The Phoenix flipped open the Book of Odes and came to the era of Quinn, reads by the river. The one you seek waits by the May of the river. May. Do you like this word? May of the river? What does that mean? The May of the river is an old word for riverbanks. The place where water and the land meets. The place where water and land meets? The girl thought about the word for a while. I'm neither land nor water. Not a farmer or a fisher. Someone who can't rely on anyone. You don't like it? I'll find another word then. It's alright. I'll take it. The girl glanced at the phoenix. She then walked towards Lin and Zhao and bowed deeply. Greetings, Zhao. I am Sume. Lin Zhao did not know how to respond, but the ephemery closed the book of odes and looked as cold as ever. Sume. You should only pay your respects to ephemery. She'll be your parent from now on. The girl stood up and exclaimed, I won't forgive my mother's murderer. The ephemery is no parent of mine. Chase me away or enslave me, it matters not. The young girl's words rang out loud as steel. Lin Zhao did not expect her to act this way. I'll neither chase you away nor enslave you. I only want you to master the blade of Tuxway and fight monsters. Your decision to respect me or not matters little. The phoenix closed her eyes and said nothing more. The girl stood there frowning while Lin remained silent. My mother's murder is no parent of mine, but I must repay you for your kindness, Ephemery. A teacher must be given a proper title. I, Sume, hereby acknowledge you as my master. Sume then knelt and prostrated herself before the phoenix. Lin Zhao looked displeased as though something bothered her deeply. The phoenix knew the reason and called her name. Zhou? Yes, yes, master. Come here. Alright, well, let's see the final. What are you singing? Huh? No idea. Just some random tune I made up. The girl pulled a face. School's gonna end soon. Yeah. Are you going home? Of course. My dad isn't feeling too well. I have to get back and help him out. Hey, if my dad and mom let me, can I hang out at your place? You sure? Of course, I'm sure. I've never been there before. Is your family dojo still open? Can you teach me that kung fu thing? I'm afraid you're a little late. My dad sold the dojo last month. Oh. She laid back on the grass with great disappointment. I thought you'd inherit that dojo. Why? Because of your feelings. I felt you'll be a dojo master. That's weird, isn't it? Do you have any dreams, Hal? Because I feel that you don't. Dreams. For I was at a loss of words. I knew it. That's why I felt like you'd take up the family dojo, because someone told you to. Hey, who? Do this, and you'll do anything. You'll do everything they say. But it's your life we're talking about. As for me, I'm definitely not going to stay in Sapphire. The girl sighed and started talking to herself. I'm numb to this place. You know how that feels, right? Old memories everywhere. I see a bridge and think about the people I crossed it with. I see a store and I think about what I bought there. Sapphire is a fish tank filled with the brim of my memories. In fact, it's so full it's overflowing. I think it's great to have memories worth remembering. That's what some people say, but I don't like it. Anyways, I'm leaving Sapphire for sure. I have no idea what I'll do, but I want to explore the world like Mom and Dad. Perhaps I'll learn how to play the sax, or maybe the piano. Maybe I'll be a ballerina. You, a ballerina? You have a point. No ballerina for me then. The two girls laughed at each other. I didn't feel like staying in my hometown either. I don't think I can stay in Sapphire either. I've planned nothing for my own future. In fact, I've never thought about it until you brought it up. I don't think I have any dreams. The girl noticed the disappointment in Who's voice. Hey, you shouldn't be affected by me, girl. Dreams aren't that important. You aren't. They're worth nothing. It's something you might be able to use. If you don't have a dream, you'll get one soon. We're still young, right? Yeah, you're right. There's something else. No matter where I go, I treat my memories as the most important things. Things that I want to hold on to for the rest of my life.